Howard Talks is brought to you by South Beach Casino and Resort.
I'm Howard from 92 City FM with...
Paul Langlois from the Tragically Hip.
I have no problem calling the Tragically Hip the most important Canadian music act ever. The way the band united an entire country across demographics and, if we can say, politics. You're closer to her than I am. Do those words make any sense?
Well, some of them do. I mean, it's kind of surreal that it all happened the way it did. I mean, Gord gets dealt an awful, brutal hand, and of course he handled it with dignity, and he didn't complain about it, and he was, he had a lot of radiation and chemo, and mentally he wasn't at his peak a few months before we even announced the tour. But I was helping his brother Pat look after him, so I was kind of living up in Toronto with him most of the time, and Gord was like, "We made a record, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, we did in the fall, or it's actually in the summer." He said, "Well, were we going to tour?" And I was like, "Yeah, I mean, we talked about it before your 2 brain surgeries and, before your illness." And he's like, "Well, shouldn't we then?" And I didn't. And I was like, "Oof, I don't know." I said, "Do you want to?" He's like, "Yeah, I want to." And I said, "Okay, sure." So I called the other 3 guys, and they were a little surprised that he thought he could do it. And then so we had a rehearsal. I don't know when that was, April. Up the summer tour was July and August, so we had a rehearsal probably early April, and he could do it. He couldn't remember the words, but he remembered the melodies. So we just fired up a teleprompter, and if he could see the words, he knew how to sing them. The melody didn't leave him, and so it was pretty obvious early in that rehearsal. Yep, we can do this. And so then, we announced it, and it sold quickly, obviously, and we felt like the truth was the best. We just want to do this tour, and Gord's unfortunately sick with brain cancer.
One last thought. Was there one gig that was maybe the most special?
No, I don't think so. Our roadside attraction festivals that we kind of ran, 93, 95, and 97, those were very special for us because we're playing with kind of our heroes, Midnight Oil and, Ziggy Marley, Sheryl Crow, so many, Daniel Landmark, there's just so many. It was like we were living a dream, and we were picking bands that were really good because we were kind of putting ourselves up against it to go on after these people. And I thought it was I think we all felt very proud because it required a lot of organization too, and I think we were quite proud of ourselves to pull that off.
Would you say they were successful?
Yes.
Good.
Yeah, they were very successful.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of fun.
Thank you for a wonderful soundtrack. Wonderful, 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 wonderful soundtrack that how many bands can touch a professor at a university and touch a bartender? And I could go on and on. When I think of the audience that the Hip attracted over the years and kept over the years, it says a lot about the band.
Well, thanks very much, Howard. It's nice to hear those words, and really appreciate it.
Thank you, Paul. I really appreciate it.
Catch the wave to good times at South Beach Casino and Resort.